Welcome everybody to my new video. Now this is going to be a special one today, I promise you. I'm currently in Bideford and I'm about to catch a boat to Lundy Island. Now for anybody that hasn't been to Lundy Island before, stay tuned because you're in for a treat. I went to Lundy Island last year and I've got to say I was completely blown away. And ever since then I've been desperate to get back there. So today we're going to do it and I'm going to take you with me. It takes about 2 hours via boat, so got to test my sea legs first.
Lundy Island is located 33 miles off the North Devon coast and is renowned for its pioneering efforts in marine conservation. It became the first area in England to voluntarily designate itself as a marine nature reserve in 1971. This initiative evolved into a statutory marine nature reserve in 1986 and a no-take zone in 2003, finally achieving a marine conservation zone status in 2010. These measures have allowed the surrounding marine ecosystem to flourish, positively impacting the local environment and attracting significant populations of seabirds. I believe Lundy Island is now one of the finest photography locations in England.
Well, welcome to Lundy Island everyone. As you can see, not the conditions we really want. You can just see a lighthouse behind me, which is probably about less than 100 meters, and I can barely even see it. So what chance have shipping vessels got to be able to even see the island in these sort of conditions? That's actually a redundant one anyway. That's the old lighthouse. You can actually stay there. It's accommodation which you can let out when you come here, if you want to come here for a couple of days. But there's a bit of a seating area at the top of the lighthouse as well. So on a nice clear day, you obviously get that beautiful view of Lundy. But not losing hope today, guys. I've come here, I'm gonna make the most of it. The original plan was I was gonna head all the way to the other end of the island and go and see the North Lighthouse, but I think in these conditions, it's just not really worth it. And that's a good 3-mile trek. So what we're gonna do is go straight to the best part, I think, one of the best parts anyway, and that's the nesting sites where the puffins and the other bird life go to nest. So we're going to go there and just see what we can see. I think the first stop will be the battery. So we're going to head up there now. Well, dare I say, guys, we might be in luck because this strong wind we've got at the moment slowly blowing this big fog that we've got on the island at the moment. So fingers crossed by the time we get there, this fog should have cleared. It did say it was going to clear about 11:30 anyway, so might be in luck. Prime puffin territory up here, guys. You sort of get the gist of, I don't know where you can see the coastline from up here, but you get a bit of a gist for how incredible this coastline is here. Look, incredibly strong winds today as well. Amazing. Got to be some puffins around here somewhere. So it's not just along the coastline where you get a huge array of bird life, guys. You get it a lot inland as well. There's all these types of small little birds flying around, so you keep your eyes peeled whenever you're up here. But I mean, look at this habitat for them, you know. Look at this. It's wild out here. Here we go. This is coming up towards the nesting sites up here. All right, this is the battery, everyone. So I think the battery was used as a bit of a stronghold against enemy attacks, probably throughout the world wars. Probably to protect South Wales, any ships that were coming into the waters here, that were heading to South Wales or the southwest coast. And yeah, you can see down here, there's the old battery. Very old looking house, but it's meant to be a good spot for wildlife watching down here. So that's really why I wanted to come here first. And yes, guys, look at this. No more clouds. I mean, we've come down a little bit, so up on the headland down there, up there, there's, yeah, a lot of mist about. But here, when we come down a bit, it's a lot clearer. God, there's more down here, look. This is a huge bit of work to create all of this, eh? All these odd little huts and shelters they've got. Oh yeah, there's a big cannon down here. God, this dates back, it's got to date back a couple of 100 years, you would have thought. Yes. Yeah, these cannons are quite a fair few people down here. A lot of signs to indicate just stick to the paths here. Obviously, they don't want you wandering off the paths and disturbing the nest areas here. These cannons, look. Alright everybody, I'm just here, got my camera set up, long lens, and I've got my lens smack bang on a nesting site over there. So really respectful, a good distance away. But look at this, how incredible these views look. Beautiful ocean crashing there, nice safe platform to work off. And yes, I can confirm, we've just seen some puffins, my first pair of puffins, just literally a couple of minutes ago, just popped their heads out, had a little look out to sea from their little nest, and just come out and said hello briefly. They're beautiful, it's so lovely to see the puffins. One of them actually flew out of here and then went out to sea a bit and then come back in. Amazing. And there's a lot of razorbills up there as well. There's a huge amount of razorbills. There's a bird just popping up there as well. I don't know what that is, but yeah, there's loads.
Puffins spend the majority of their lives at sea, only coming ashore to breed between April and July. During this period, they form strong, lasting bonds with their partners. On Lundy, they take advantage of the cliffs to burrow into the ground, creating safe spots for laying their eggs. Similarly, razorbills also nest on Lundy, and like puffins, choose a single life partner, returning to land exclusively for the breeding season.
Right guys, let's move on. Let's go to another spot, because this is just turning out to be another amazing day here. And obviously the weather's cleared. Look how quickly this weather's cleared now. Look at this. Nice little cave down there. Literally goes through that cliff line there. You can almost see all the way through it. Let's go guys. Let's go and see more of this place. Oh yeah, this is the looks like the base for the old battery, doesn't it? Nice. Old fire pit there. Looks like they probably had a couple of fires going. Can't blame them. And such a redundant part of the world. Yeah, fire either side, look. Of course the chimney's still standing. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Nice to see things like this still standing. But best bit about it, it's coming out of here every day, look. Look at that, that's how you frame a shot. Natural frame. That's cool. But waking up every morning with that view, look guys. Stunning, huh? Again, a lot of razorbills down there. A couple of guillemots. And yeah, the odd puffins flying around. Seen a couple now. Let's get out of here. Let's go up to Jenny's Cove now, I think. Because that is one of the main nesting grounds at Jenny's Cove. So it's quite far to see the actual nesting sites there. You can't really get close there. But it's still an incredible place to go. So we're going to go and check that out. But I'm so happy with this weather. I can't believe it's turned around like this now. Oh, I've got a bit of a slog here now, look. Whee. Keeping me fit today. I'm going to feel it tomorrow. My legs are going to be burning. Well, now the weather's cleared, you get a bit of an idea of how vast the landscape here is on Lundy Island. It just gives you such more appreciation to the landscape here compared to that foggy conditions that we were greeted to when we got here. So I can't tell you how grateful I am that it's cleared and it's like this now. It's perfect conditions really. You've got a bit of cloud which is just breaking up that harsh sunlight. Oh, look at these ponies. Look at these horses or ponies, I'm not sure, but oh, they're such a beautiful colour. Look at these. Try and get in here and get some pictures of them without disturbing them, of course. Oh, how beautiful colour they are. Wow. Aren't they just lovely? Look how beautifully coloured these are. Wow. Right, I'm going to quickly get a couple shots. Oh my gosh, they all just full free of them just started following me. Maybe they've taken a bit of a liking to me, I don't know. But I just got a great shot of them like coming onto me. Go on. Off you go. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. Look at you with the mist there. Whoa. I think he's gone now. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, he creeped me out a little bit. Suddenly I turned round and all three of them were coming at me. But wow. He's going off there. Might be able to get a shot. He's got his back to me. Not ideal. I'm just gonna leave him to it. It's starting to get used to me, them lot. Whew. God, look at this rock formations there. Nice. You can just see some mist rolling in from the sea across kind of like the plains of Lundy there. Okay, we're getting closer to Jenny's Cove. This is called the Cheeses, I believe. So I'll show you it down here. It's very strange how the kind of like rocks have eroded down here. Kind of left big openings in the floor up here. I'm not going to get too close, so obviously we need to stay as safe as possible and just stick to the paths. But you can get a decent viewpoint of it up here. I'm leaving my big long lens on now. Everywhere I go I've got it in my hand just in case I need to quickly get it out and get a shot of some wildlife. Yeah, get an idea of it down there, look. Very strange. Almost looks like it's been quarried at one point, or either that or it's just kind of like fell through. Yeah, I think that's called the Cheeses. So, Jenny's Cove. What do we have in store? In fact, last time I was here, God, there's some sort of beetle there, look. Hello, mate. Hello, buddy. He's kind of frozen still there. Big step over him. Do not want to hurt him. Well, for any macro photographers, a couple beetles around here if you're interested. But yeah, as I was saying, last time I was here, I was at Jenny's Cove, but I went a little bit further on from Jenny's Cove, and that's where I got some amazing shots of the puffins. So We're going to go up there. Okay, here we are. Finally, Jenny's Cove, everybody, welcome. Probably one of the greatest nesting sites in the southwest of England here. Of course, you've got Skomer Island, which is another fantastic place, which is off the south coast of Wales. But here in Devon, Dorset, Cornwall, this is the greatest nesting site in these parts, without question. I mean, I've got my long lens on down there, and there's thousands of guillemots down there. There's also seagulls as well. I can't see any puffins from up here, but if you ever see a puffin, they're very small. So you have to get reasonably close to recognise one. But there's thousands of birds just flying in and out of this incredible cove. I mean, look at this stretch of coastline here. It is absolutely stunning. Such an important part of the ecosystem here. And luckily this year, I don't know if you've seen, but they've had a record amount of puffins that have been counted, especially on Skomer Island. So there's been a record-breaking amount from what we've seen. I mean, the last couple of years they were worried because of a declining population, but this year they seem to have bounced back, which is fantastic news. So it's fantastic to see. I mean, again, I think I said earlier, it's the beginning of June now, so they're still hiding away a little bit and nesting, the puffins. So, I mean, it might have a contribution to do with the weather, but in a couple of weeks, they might be a bit more active coming out of the nests. So, yeah, but we're definitely going to go a bit more around Jenny's Cove, and we're going to go, when I come here last time, I got some great shots of puffins up there. So we're going to go up there and go to kind of like my old spots and see if we can snap up a puffin. Okay, getting closer to the centre of the cove. I can hear them. I can hear puffins beneath me on like the cliff line down here, but yeah, definitely not going down there, because this is all this rocky outcrop down here. This is kind of like the breeding area. So it's vital that you stay on the paths up here. Look at these guys up here with their binoculars out. No doubt they have their eyes set on a group of puffins, because I just seen one flying through the air a second ago. So they are definitely about. Oh wow. Don't know if you can see, guys. Beautiful family of goats down there. See him? How lovely. There's a little baby goat. I'm going to have to get a shot of him. Just coming up to one of the main viewpoints of Jenny's Cove now. Look at this opening here. How cool is that? Yeah, lots of people here. This is kind of like one of the main viewing points for Jenny's Cove, and a lot of tour groups here. I won't put them on camera. Going to go and try and find my own little private spot. I think this is quite a good spot to get some lunch as well, guys, hey? Got a couple of chicken wraps with me. Of course, if you come here, bring a packed lunch. There's no facilities up here. There's no cafe, no toilets, apart from at the village in the main bit where you come up. You okay there, fella?
Yep.
Good man.
There is telescope head down there, and you can see them.
Oh, they're there, are they? Good news, good news. Confirmation we have puffins. Set my camera up, get a view of the puffins and have some lunch. What better way to spend a Saturday afternoon? Just got myself a nice little seat here on the rock. Just taking in this incredible view. Got one of the main nesting sites down there as well. All the guillemots, thousands of them just lining the cliff face down there. Got some great video footage of them. Got some video footage of some puffins as well, popping their heads out. Oh, the light keeps coming in and out as well. A minute ago we just had some cloud come in as well, so this weather keeps changing every 5 minutes or so. But the wind's picking up quite strongly now as well, but it's not really impacting the birds. They're still flying out, hunting in the sea, bringing back fish. Incredible to see. But I think we're going to go to another spot which is just literally over the ridge to my right, so we're going to go down there and just see if we can capture some photographs of some puffins over there, because I know the puffins are over there. I've already seen them, and that's where I've got some great shots of them last year, so we're going to go and try and do that, I think. But yeah, just incredible place here, Jenny's Cove. If you ever come into Lundy Island, really come and give yourself enough time to come and check out Jenny's Cove. Really on a day trip as well. Most people just come to Jenny's Cove and then walk back, because by the time you've done that, that's pretty much your day gone. I mean, I was kind of foolish in thinking again. I was thinking, oh, I want to go up to the North Lighthouse, but again, I just underestimate how vast Lundy Island actually is. I mean, it's 3 miles long and 0.5 miles across. So yeah, to do it in a day is too much, really. I'm going to be walking and hiking more than what I'm going to be absolutely actually enjoying what I'm doing now. Like, there'll be not much time for bird watching like this. It'll all be mostly hiking up to that lighthouse up there. So I think another time, and we'll stay here for a couple of days and try and do more. But that's for another video, another day, I think. Some more incredible rock formations here, look. Again, I was just sat down there a second ago. This is at Jenny's Cove still, so these incredible rock formations here, look. That nice opening. Awesome. Gotta say, different level this place. Gotta come here. Just gotta come and experience it. I'm already thinking about when I'm gonna come back again next. So this is where I got some good shots last time, but so you've got to be really careful here. Again, just stick to the paths, sort of a path anyway. There's a couple of people up on that rock up over there. They're clearly seeing some sort of big bird colony down there, I'm sure, because there's a fair few people with their binoculars on it. But I don't think that was the cove. I think it was just this one up here, just over this little ridge here. Again, I didn't see anybody over here when I was looking at it from the other side of the cove over there. So we might get it to ourselves. A lot of goats here this year. A lot of goats. See them all over there? So last year I seen a deer. There was a lot of deer on the island. I think they bring in different animals to graze here, possibly. There's loads of goats. There's loads of them. Didn't see this many here last time. I'm just going to have a little look over this ridge here. Yeah, so this is where I was last year. And I got some nice shots of the puffins here, but I really like it here because there's you get kind of like these pink little flowers here. I forget what they're called, but when you see the puffins popping their heads and climbing on them, it really looks like it's kind of like in a dream world. So to capture one of them puffins on one of these pink flowers, it looks amazing. But again, nobody's here. Look, nobody's up here. They're all over there at Jenny's Cove. So I'm just gonna be careful and just stay up here and try and get a shot of what I can from one up here. But again, you need a really long lens here, really long lens, and a camera with high megapixels to really be able to crop in afterwards to get close to these puffins. Don't want any human impact. You want to stay well clear of them and not disturb them, because there is a nesting site down there, and the last thing I want is to start scaring these puffins off. Well, I'm not sure what really happened there, because I definitely saw puffins there earlier, but now they seem to all have disappeared. Probably gone back into their nests, or they're having an afternoon sleep. But I just had to reposition myself and see if we can spot some more, but they seem to have all gone hiding at the moment. I reckon they've all gone for a little siesta or something. But got a great spot here. Just got a fantastic shots of some guillemots again. I mean, it's just guillemots everywhere in Jenny's Cove. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of them, but yeah, it's doing all right. Not as many puffins as last year, I don't think. Despite they say there's been a record amount. I thought I saw one then, but it's not. I'm pretty confident. Definitely a lot more, but I think I come more later in June last year. So whether it's just a bad day, but yeah, it's last year I definitely got a lot more shots of puffins than what I have this year. But yeah, they're still definitely about. But again, it just might be in regards to the actual nesting times. So, but yeah, great shots of the guillemots from up here. But I think we're going to move on from Jenny's Cove now and just see what else we got. Here they are again. Please don't chase me. Oh, look how beautifully lined up they are. Wow. They are gorgeous. All right, well, we're just coming up to the old lighthouse. This is where we were earlier, if you remember. You could barely see the lighthouse though, because the fog was so thick. But now you get a clear viewing of it. And there's actually people in the top of it I can see having to sit down and a little wonder. How lovely. Not a bad spot, eh? Yeah, I think we're just going to have a little walk south of that lighthouse and do a loop around back to the village and then back to port to make our way out of here. I think we can go to the top of this. Seems to be a lot of people up there, so I'm thinking we're going to go in there and just have a look. A lot of sheep here. Oh, loads of them. Hello. Wow, didn't see all these lot earlier. Again, it just shows you how vast Lundy Island is here. All the cattle that roam here, all the wild stock. Oh, look at these little baby lambs and sheep. Hello. Hello. You want to come and say hello? Hello. Oh, okay. Right, let's have a check out of this lighthouse. We're in, guys. Going to the top. I think this will officially wipe my legs off. Oh, this is a narrow gap. Even for me, my feet barely touch the steps. Oh yeah. Alright guys, well I've got this all to myself, look. Check this out. I am officially the highest person on Lundy Island. Look at this, 360 panoramic views of Lundy. You you've even got like these little deck chairs. Be rude not to. I'm absolutely knackered. Need a quick break. Ooh. Quick break before I continue the adventure, guys, which will be heading back to port, but we're going to go the long way around. It's kind of good coming up here actually, because I've just kind of like set out a map of where we're going to go. So we're going to head south, which is behind me a little bit, and there's a little route we can do where we'll go past the church, back to the village, and then back to the port. So a bit more to do, but we've got time. Yeah, nice. All right, guys, let's go. Let's keep it moving. This was a good little break, and a good thing we actually come up here. I've always wanted to come up here, so it was well worth it. Let's go. Let's go. Boy. Another nice viewpoint here, look. This is Pilot's Quay. We're just south of the old lighthouse there. You can see it there. And yeah, this is Pilot's Quay. Beautiful. Lovely rock formations down there. If it was a bit calmer, I'd probably try and go for some longer exposures here, but it's just too windy. But still a lot of bird life flying around here, I've seen. A lot of small birds. And there's some deer over here, and they've already seen me even from here, and they're way over there. So we're going to try and get as close as we can to them without spooking them, and try and get a shot or two of them, I think. Even now I'm going to have to, probably a good 200 meters from them here. I'm going to start putting my lens on now, because I think some walkers have just gone by them and it spooked them a little bit. So but we'll see. They're all looking at me. I can see their ears raised, looking at me. So we'll have a look. See some baby deer here, but the adults are at the back there keeping a close eye. I'm definitely not going to get any closer. I really want to be respectful and not scare them, but I got some good shots. Got some decent shots. Again, this is where the long focal length lenses come into play. You need at least 600 millimeters here just to get in close enough to get a good shot of them. And just be respectful, you know. It's a really respectful focal distance in wildlife photography, especially here. Get a nice shot of the church here. Love this grass foreground. Oi. Nice simple shot. Gosh, there's mushrooms here. Bit early for mushrooms. Right, back to some form of normality, everybody. This is kind of like the Lundy village. Not really think I'm actually allowed to film around here. I know they're a bit strict on things like that, but yeah, Lundy post box. Got a shop up there. And a tavern here, look. See, we've got his own little museum up here at the top, but a lot of people just come up here and chill out. We've got his own little fire station there. In case a fire breaks out. And yeah, that's the shop. Get ice creams, which I'm going to have to go and get an ice cream, I think. And there's the museum, guys. And that's the village. Okay, so I've just made it out of the village. Just stopped by the store there and grabbed a quick mint magnum and a can of Sprite. We're just kind of like heading back to port now, but I thought I'd quickly check out the church here. Look at this. I mean, it looks like it was built yesterday. It must have had some restoration work done. I mean, the roof looks incredibly tidy, and the stonework, and even in here, look, that's fresh. Yeah, it looks really good. Well, they got some nice bird boxes up there for, again, for the wildlife. Some beautiful bird boxes. Well, it gives them somewhere to go though, I guess, instead of going into all like the kind of like nooks and crannies of the church and potentially destroying it. They'll actually give them a little house to have. Look, it's a nice touch, that. I'm gonna have a quick look in here. Oh, I'll bring you in. They told me to stop filming then. St Helen's Church. Oh. Hello. Some of the work they've done, yeah, they've been restoring it, like we said. Volunteers doing it as well. Amazing. Lundy rocks. All right, okay. Yeah, I couldn't really film in there. There's a lot of people in there being really quiet, and obviously it's a church, people might be praying as well, so I've got to be like really respectful. But it was nice to see actually. They had a lot of information about some of the work that they do here at Lundy, and again, it goes back to a lot of the workforce here that they come obviously from the mainland. They come out here in shifts, maybe come out here for a couple of weeks and then go home, and some of them are just volunteers. So it's incredible to see. I mean, some of them might get paid, but I don't think the salaries are too great, to be honest. But you work in probably one of the most incredible areas here in the southwest, so it's not too shabby, you know. It's a good life out here, especially if you kind of like this kind of thing. I mean, I do, for its remoteness, and you're looking after kind of like the environment as well, you know, where you see around Devon there's a lot of building sites going up left, right and centre. Farmers are having to sell land, yet here it's all protected, and they do an incredible job at protecting this land, and as a result wildlife and marine life is flourishing. So it's incredible to see all the marine life and wildlife here. It really is. So it's an incredible bit what they're doing here at Lundy Island. Got so much respect for them. Well, we are reaching the end of our adventure here at Lundy Island. But as you can see in front of me, I've got probably one of the most iconic views here in Lundy. Whenever you see a flyer or a poster for Lundy, you usually see this photograph, and this is just from the main road coming down here. Look how beautiful the water is here at low tide. I was going to say, this beach here during the months of October and November, I think, the Atlantic grey seals come here and breed. So this beach here is filled with Atlantic grey seals, so that'd be another good time to go. But I think in October is kind of like the end of October is kind of like the end of the Lundy Island visiting season. So if you want to come, it's beginning of October, I think. But yeah, definitely another good time to come. But you've got the South Lighthouse up there as well, and there is my boat, which is going to get me out of there. This is a incredible view again. Look at this. Some people in their private boats over there, who have obviously sailed over here for the day. I mean, I'd be all over that. If anybody's got a boat and they fancy a trip to Lundy Island, I'm game. Go and do some snorkeling, go around the island, go around to Jenny's Cove, do some snorkeling. Ooh, be incredible. Just got back to port, guys. People having a little look over here. Looks like we got some Atlantic grey seals. Yeah, there are. Ah, there's a couple. Nice. There's one literally just popping his head up over there a second ago. Yeah, prime location this. As I was saying, in October, this area is full of Atlantic grey seals. I got a nice shot of one last time I was here, and he was just kind of like sleeping. So that's how grey seals sleep. They just put their head out in the water, just kind of like stick their nose out in the water. I seen one just come up to the rocks over there a second ago, but he dived back in and gone off somewhere. I gotta say, guys, this place just keeps on giving. Just when I thought I'd had enough. Been told there's a oyster catcher here on the cliff, and it's got 2 chicks there nesting. I've just got a shot of the chicks, so it's beautiful. There's also one just on the rocks down here, but yeah, I managed to get a couple of shots of them. But yeah, beautiful to see. First time I ever saw was an oyster catcher, in fact, was on this rock last time I was here last year. So to come back again and see another one with chicks is really special. Family of oyster catchers. Amazing. Oh, look at them. 2 chicks there, mum and dad. Wow. There dad goes again. God, how lucky have we been today? Well, I think that just tops off today, doesn't it? Pair of oyster catchers with 2 chicks. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me here on Lundy Island. Please click and subscribe onto my channel. and I will see you on the next adventure. See you later.